set bigger aspirations. And I think, when Master Jeff touched you on your knee, he's probably trying to give you that same advice, which is
it's exactly what he
Ken,
did.
$1 million a week?
Yeah.
And when you hit that, it's going to be a day or an hour.
Yeah. But I mean, you get around those guys and you think big.
Yes.
And then the moment I walk into your studio today, I'm like, oh crap, I got to step it up. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm asking, okay, Jeff, hey, how much was this wall? And what was the budget for this? Like, as soon as I walk in, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I'm not dreaming big enough. Like, I've got to dream bigger. And listen, those of you guys watching, listening to this podcast, like, you've got to get around people. I have a quote in my GSD planner for a year and a half after I met Grant in October 2019, I wrote in my 10X planner every single day. My goals twice a day. And then I took Grant's planner, I put it on steroids, goals, gratitude, affirmations, top 3 every morning, 1% better, wins, goals the second time, and a scoreboard the second half of the day. And then on the bottom right-hand corner of every page, I put this quote: get in rooms with people who think bigger than you do. Dude, the more you can put yourself, I just spoke at the Undercover Billionaire Boot Camp this weekend from the TV show that Discovery did that Grant was on. And my talk the last probably couple times, I was at UConn 2 weeks ago, was proximity is a cheat code. Like, remember the old, you ain't this old, but back in the day, it was cool this weekend because it was the first talk I've done. I'm like, how many of you guys know what Super Nintendo is? And they're like,
I mean, I'm not that old. I'm 40. I grew up on Super Nintendo. I grew up on
Super
regular Nintendo.
You got the game.
I had Atari.
You had to blow in it because that's exactly right.
That was Nintendo 1, by the way.
Yes.
And you had to click.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But when you played Contra,
oh, sure.
yeah, I mean, my buddy would stay up all night long, and then somebody goes, hey, dude, if you go left, right, up, down, B, A, B, select start, you got what?
Yes.
Unlimited lives. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Listen, proximity, relationships, it's a cheat code.
I think it was up, down, left, right.
Yeah. But it's a cheat code.
A, B, select, start.
And then the reality of it is, dudes, relationships are cheat codes. Every time I get around you, every time I get around Dave, every time when I come to Jeff's house in Calabasas and spend a couple, 2 or 3 days with him, when I get around this weekend at Undercover Billionaire Boot Camp, and I'm around Gary Brecken, I'm around Grant, and I'm around all these guys and all these friends that I have, Randy Garn, and it literally is, oh my gosh, I'm not thinking big enough.
Well, I learned this, how I'm going to articulate it, I learned from the Mathis twins when I had them on the show, but they have this saying, exposure leads to expansion. When you expose your mind to new things, it expands your mind and expands your capabilities, because it's like the 4-minute mile.
Yeah.
Until somebody did it, it was impossible. Now that one person did it, everyone can do it.
3 people broke it in a race not even 6 months after, in the same race.
Correct.
And scientists said it wasn't even physiologically possible for a human being to run a sub 4-minute mile.
That's how powerful the mind is.
It's crazy.
And that, I think, is one of the things that attracts me to want to hang out with guys like you. And why I'm so excited to have you here, and why I wanted to nurture our friendship is because when you're around big thinkers, it doesn't make my dreams feel small. It pushes me to go even further. I already think big in my own head. But when I'm around guys like you, it makes me think bigger. And vice versa. And that's an attractive trait with friend groups. And that's why that group of 6 of you, you're pushing each other.
Bro, it is crazy. I remember we were at Brent's Build event in Dallas in August. And so Tony Robbins came in and spoke. Tony was the last guy that spoke. There's 4,400 agents, a lot of EXP agents, huge room. Obviously, I'm sitting on the front row. To my left is Jeff, Master Jeff. To my right's Gary Brecken, Sage, Brent, Kathy, Dean Graziosi, Randy Garn, and then the 2 billionaire Glens. Stearns from Undercover Billionaire, and then Glenn Sanford, who's the CEO of EXP. I'm sitting on the front row, and I look at these guys, and I grab Gary. I'm on one shoulder, I got my arm on Gary, and one of them I got on Jeff, and I went, dude, I do not belong on this row. I literally was like so blown away, and Tony is standing 2 feet away from me going crazy for 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I get to be in this level of proximity. Like, you cannot not be successful. You cannot not make a difference and make an impact and leave people better than you found them and not help people become the best version of yourselves. When you circle and surround yourself with that quality and caliber of human beings.
That's right.